You are first an animal, then an athlete, not the other way around. You are wired for survival. Humans are wired for survival. Before we are athletes, we are biological organisms. From an evolutionary perspective, an organism's primary goal is to survive and reproduce. So you're always trying to survive. It's just, we'll get into this soon, but what's survival to you isn't survival to me. Everyone's got different levels of survival. So it's just, what box are you operating in that's dictating your performance? Is it a small, confined survival box, or is it bigger? We want to operate from the bigger boxes. As a result, the human brain and nervous system evolved to avoid danger, seek safety, conserve energy, and maintain belonging within the tribe. The animal mind. The animal mind is the oldest part of us, and its primary job is to survive. It is constantly scanning the environment for danger while seeking safety, security, and certainty. Its main job is to keep you alive, avoid threats, gain status within the group, belong to the tribe, and conserve energy as much as possible. To the animal mind, rejection, judgment, embarrassment, failure, uncertainty can feel just as threatening as physical danger, because throughout human history, belonging was essential for survival. Survival versus performance. The nervous system's primary job is survival, not winning. The brain is constantly asking, am I safe? Not how do I perform better? When pressure, failure, mistakes, or judgment are perceived as threats, the survival brain takes over. We do not want to be operating from a survival state. We want to be in a thrival state, which is what we're about to cover. The athletes shift, you shift from expressing instead of protecting, confining and boxing and being limited. This often looks like hesitation, overthinking, playing safe, avoiding risk, lack of confidence. As threat increases, performance decreases. If you're putting all your attention on what could go wrong, on how to survive, you're not able to tap into what you actually want to do, and that is dominate. How this shows up: avoid danger, seek safety, belong to the tribe, conserve energy, protect identity. These are all the components of how it's going to show up and limit your performance. Take a look at them, and we're about to get into it soon, but see if you are running through any of these. The nervous system. So the nervous system is the body's communication and survival network. This controls your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, reactions, movement, therefore performance. Its primary job is not to help you win or perform at your best. Its job is to keep you alive. I've said it 100 times. It is constantly scanning your environment for threats and asking, am I safe or am I in danger? For athletes, these threats are not physical, but psychological, such as failure, fear of failure, judgment, rejection, embarrassment, or making mistakes. And if you're in these states and you are fearing failure, fearing judgment, fearing rejection, fearing embarrassment, that's where all your attention is going. If that's where your attention is going, then that's exactly what you're going to try to do. You're going to try to survive. So you're going to do all the things like what we go back to here to avoid these things coming true. So the parasympathetic and sympathetic state. We want to play from the parasympathetic state. This is a thrival state. This is when the nervous system is in its best performance state. It activates when the brain feels safe. You need to feel safe when you go play, train, perform. Therefore, you can see and perceive and create from a thrival state. Your mind will become clearer. Athletes, like, you're going to play freer, perform at your best. This is the state of expansion, confidence, and peak performance. Where on the other hand, which is what we've talked about, the survival state, this is where you compress, you tense up, you overthink, you hesitate, and you're in fear. You will not perform and not level up and go to the next level if you are in these, if you're coming from fear. safety. On a subconscious primal level, you are asking, am I safe? Am I safe to fail? Am I safe to make mistakes? Am I safe to be seen? Am I safe to speak up? Am I safe to express myself? If the answer is no, the nervous system moves into protection, fear increases, confidence drops, performance suffers. You begin to play small, hold back, and avoid risk. If the answer is yes, the nervous system relaxes, the athlete can trust themselves, express their skills freely, take action free from fear. This is where you'll perform at your highest level. Humans survived through tribes. For the most of human history, being rejected from the group could mean losing protection, resources, and survival. Because of this, the animal is constantly asking, will I be accepted? Will I be rejected? Do I belong? How this is going to show up, you're going to fear coaches, fear of teammates, fear of social judgment, fear of criticism, fear of looking stupid. You're living from a place of survival, from a place of to stay alive. And you're doing this on a subconscious level. And if you are, it's inhibiting your performance. So what do? We need to rewire our nervous system for survival. To reach full potential as an athlete, you must train your nervous system, the operating system, to see opportunity instead of danger. This happens on a subconscious level, meaning it's below the surface, you're not aware of it. When the nervous system is stuck on survival mode, it becomes focused on failure, mistakes, judgment, and rejection. This causes you to play small, hesitate, overthink, hold back. Why and what happens when we do shift and rewire our nervous system for expansion instead of danger? We change the foundation that drives our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, decisions, perspective, how you view it. Instead of seeing danger, you see opportunity. Two athletes can go through the same experience, but see it, perceive it, therefore experience it in a completely different way. So we shift that. And when we shift that, we're able to tap into the flow and the alignment that will allow for you to dominate. Tips to regulate your nervous system. To regulate our nervous system, we need to shift from sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state. This is done by rewiring your nervous system for safety instead of danger. To reprogram your subconscious mind, which is 95%, where the conscious mind is 5%. I just did another video on that you can go watch, but this is where you rewire it for safety. When you're safe, you can play exactly how you want to play, and you can continue to evolve and level up. So there's two tips I've got for you. There's breath work, have a look at the practice there, and then you've got meditation. These are both going to regulate your nervous system and bring you into a calm parasympathetic state. So there's two type of athletes. You've got the survival athlete and then the thrival athlete. We want to be from thrival. This is where you'll play free, take up space, create moments, move with confidence, see opportunity. There will be no fear of failure. There will be no fear of judgment. There will be no fear of being seen. And when you don't have those fears, you do the complete opposite. When you do the complete opposite, that's in alignment with the best athlete version of you. From thrival to survival. When we move from thrival to survival, everything changes. We stop playing to avoid failure. We start playing to express our potential. The mind becomes clear, the body relaxes, decision-making improves, performance flows. The goal is to not eliminate fear, but to teach the nervous system that it is safe to perform, safe to be seen, safe to mistake, and safe to play big. You need to move from survival